Hey Slick Review fans, coming at you with another video. In this episode, we're checking out the Divoom iTour S mini portable speaker. So everyone, in this episode, what we're checking out is a pretty interesting little mini wearable speaker that you could take hiking or just out and about for the day, really whatever you want to do. So the first thing to look at is just how small and compact this thing is. So if you take a look at it, it's about that big. Here are my AirPods Pro, putting those up there for size. So just a bit bigger than just an AirPods case. Taking a look around the speaker, first of all, it has a nice weight to it. I wouldn't say it's heavy, but it does feel substantial in that there is something here. On the back, we've got a nice, sturdy, strong clip if you wanted to put this like on a hiking bag or on a belt clip or whatever you want to do. On each side, we have very small like subwoofers, basically. On each side, there's a little port for that as well. And then the main speaker on the front, and then some controls here. So you've got your multi-function button here for turning it on and off, play, pause, as well as skip tracks. And then you've got your volume up and down. And then on the bottom, your USB-C port. And that's pretty much all there is to it. So let's get this thing fired up and see how it sounds. It's easy to pair on pretty much any Bluetooth device. And what's nice is that if it's been connected to a device before, it connects really quick. So I've got some music. We'll just go through a couple different genres just to see what this thing sounds like. So first, one of my favorite tests is EDM. Let's see how this sounds. So this is only like 60% volume right now. I'm gonna turn it down just a little bit. So the little woofers on the side, you can even see them moving a little bit, which is kind of cool. Let's do a quick max audio test just to see what it sounds like. So one thing I will say is that at max volume, something like what I've got playing now that it's got some heavy bass to it, it does get a little distorted if you really crank up the volume. But even, let's put it at about 70%. Let's turn this one up. So that was at max volume. So it very much depends, of course, on what type of audio you're playing. For this particular track at full volume, it sounded pretty good. So like I said, it might really depend on what you're trying to play. Let's grab something else. Let's try some rock and see how that sounds. See if the distortion is any different. Sounds good. Let's turn it up. The audio you're hearing on the video is from the speaker directly into my lav mic. Hopefully it sounds accurate, but apart from all of that, because there are variables there, right? You're hearing it going through this microphone, it gets edited and processed to YouTube, and it's never gonna be fully accurate, right? But here's what I can just tell you from testing this thing. From this tiny speaker, this is very impressive audio for what this thing is, right? And I think for what its intended purpose is. If you're just going to use this, now when I say you're going to use this hiking, please don't be that person. Anyone who's been on any trails or anything like that, you know who that person is. Please don't be that person. But if you wanted to put on like some soft music or really podcast or whatever, audiobooks, whatever you want, you want to put this on a bag or whatever, please keep the volume down. be respectful of others. So all of that, when I say like take it hiking, please be respectful of everyone else. But anyway, I think it would be great for that. That aside, it does get very loud if you wanted to use it in some other setting where that would be appropriate. And depending on the track and the genre and things like that, it can get distorted if it's that kind of music. but it's a tiny speaker. I mean, what do you expect? But even some of the tracks that we tried there quick, even at full volume, some of them sounded just fine. Now for battery life, they rate this up to 10 hours. It's only a 1000 milliamp hour battery. Of course, there's a lot of variables there, the biggest one being volume. If you've got it really cranked up, there's no way you're getting 10 hours. Now, they even disclose on their website that they tested up to 10 hours in like perfect conditions at 40% volume. So realistically, I would plan for like 5 to 6 hours if you're going to listen to it at like a reasonable volume where you can actually hear stuff. And then you might get a little bit better if you turn it down a little bit. So if you've got some soft music or just podcasts and you're not listening to it at full blast, you might get up to 10 hours. But if you're actually using it to play music, you know, at a realistic volume, even 5 to 6, which I think is awesome for a tiny little device like this. And then again, the buttons on the front do have some basic controls, of course, volume up and down, skip to the next track, play and pause, and then also you can answer phone calls on this, which again might be just nice as a hands-free, again, if you're hiking or just whatever you're doing. If you wanted to have this just clipped on somewhere, if you did get a phone call and your phone's like in a bag or a pocket or whatever, you can just tap the main button there and take a quick phone call if you wanted to, which is pretty cool. And then another cool feature, now this one I can't test because you need 2 of them, but they do say on their website that you can pair 2 of these and have 2 of them going at the same time, up to a Bluetooth range of 33 feet. But the link will be down in the description. Check that out. I think the normal retail price is about $40. So even up to 40, I think is pretty fair. Much more than that, I don't know if it would be for me, but I think $40 is a fair price. I wouldn't normally expect much out of a tiny little speaker like this, but from my testing, it seems to work pretty darn good. So that's all I've got for you in this episode. What do you guys think of this little speaker? What would you use it for? Like I said, hiking comes to mind for me, as long as you're not obnoxious about it. There's a couple other scenarios where I might use something like this, but what about you all? Where do you think a nice, compact little speaker that sounds good and has a little belt clip, what kind of scenarios, where would you use something like this? Let us know down in the comments. I'd really like to hear from everybody. But if you have any other comments or questions, please leave them down below. I like to hear from everyone. And if you'd like to get in touch, all my social media links are down in the description as well. And last, before we go, if you enjoy straightforward, to the point content like this, where we find great deals online from well-known and upcoming brands, make sure to leave the video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. Pretty easy and free ways to help support the channel. That's all I've got for you this time. I'm Zach, this is Slick Reviews, and I'll see you in the next video. This review was completed following several weeks for the product sample provided by the manufacturer. No compensation was provided, and the manufacturer was not allowed editorial input, copy approval, or an early preview. To see more videos like this, please consider subscribing to the channel.